Hello, welcome back to the mindtrek.net server. This will be episode 21 of the Voyager Build out. M. Heller's been really busy working on hull details. He's got the raced section all worked into the hull. I'm currently outside of it, the drive section, looking at some detail stuff. Voyager's coming along quite nicely. A lot of the underside detail has been placed by M. Heller and others. As you can see, it looks really good down here. Yeah, she looks really nice. She's actually starting to look a lot more like the show, the ship from the show. Albeit this one here is decidedly better. But yeah, you can see all the little patterns and stuff have been added. You got little lights now. Phaser strips are in with markers. A couple of nice images of the Voyager have been placed on the Facebook page. Pretty soon we will begin the actual interior build out, and we've got some new components and stuff like that have been developed for other builds, like the Constellation, the Defiant, and the Mjolnir, that will probably be used inside of the Voyager as well. We've got our mass fabricator designed finally, so we'll be able to use it, place it in. There might be some more modifications and some tweaking and stuff like that that's done here and there as things are placed and room is made for them. But overall, yeah, she's come along quite nicely and has come quite a long way since we first started a few weeks ago. Hopefully we can get even more done as we go through here. We've had a pause on the build while M worked on the hull, but I believe that restriction's being lifted here, or if it hasn't already been, it will be real soon, which means we'll be able to get started on interior work again, most likely on the primary hull, and work our way down to the secondary hull, or start in the secondary hull and work our way back up to the primary hull, or do both at the same time. It just really depends on how we decide to go about it. This torpedo system now is pretty much universally adopted for our builds. It's this is a this system designed on multiple people. To bomb, Mad Squirrel, namely I Panic, myself, M. Heller. We've all had time to tweak it and work on it, and yeah, she's looking pretty good. In fact, it's a two-part system. You got the forward, which is the boot section of the torpedo loader, which means you can load it from underside, you can load it from the side, you can even load it from the top. And then you have the hammer section, which is, of course, for probes or rapid fire systems. This is the system that is in the Defiant, the Mad Squirrel Defiant, and albeit heavily tweaked and modified. It's a very nice system he has over there. We just placed it into the Mjolnir, and I'll probably be putting the system in the upper bay, torpedo bay here real soon if it isn't already been placed into it. Hopefully sooner than later. I mean, if it isn't there, I'll probably try and get to it sometime this weekend. Get through the door here. See, yeah, a couple more windows have been added. I'm probably end up fixing these up so that they can be used and utilized. Get rid of the magenta through here and so on and so forth. And I'd originally thought about putting windows in through here, but since it was so close to the underside of the primary hull, I decided not to do it. Although they need to be in here, so I'm glad M went ahead and placed them in here. Very cool, and we will make sure that they get integrated both sides. This will be one of those systems that still is a work in progress, but hopefully I have a good idea what I want to do with this. I mocked up a small area last night outside the ship, and I have actually more ideas for mocking up more stuff here real soon, and we'll start integrating those components into the ship. When this room is built, the magenta won't be visible. It'll either be black or white or gray, most likely black. The reason black, it flows so much better with the hull. We could do white, but then it look kind of dorky. Black, white, it wouldn't match real well. We could do gray. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. But up in here is going to be lots and lots of equipment and machinery and stuff like that up through this area here. As you can see, there's signs everywhere. fuel processing. These really help because then it kind of targets to what we need to put in here, and we're not guessing, you know. Although we do have the darkness. We do have deck plans. They do help. Actually, we have multiple deck plans, and they all are used. I believe this is a post Voyager era. What's the word that we use? So if this was Voyager 1, version 1 was in the Star Trek series, Voyager, this would be like version 2 or 3 with its remodels and stuff, because the ship is slightly larger in height, or not height, but in deck spacing than the actual ship used in the ship, and there are things that have been moved around, relocated and stuff like that. So new features added, some removed. So the ship is definitely post Voyager era, and she's definitely been upgraded, updated, renovated. That's another word for it. But yeah, we're getting there. I would have loved to have had larger escape pods, but these ones here with the wraparound booths and stuff, it kind of comped for it. So we lucked out there. Good design on the escape pods. Not sure who did them, but they did nice work. I have all the black columns in. I believe I could say pretty much 100%. I have RCS thruster designs and reworked the exterior of the RCS thruster, and we'll see that here in a second. And we have a new phaser design for the phaser emitters and stuff like that, which will be worked in as well, which will actually really benefit us, because when these have to be tied into the power system, and we have couplers that will allow us to do that now. Actual phaser couplers. So we have a coupler design. So when they talk about losing couplers, we've got them. Here's Buzz outside real quick, and I'll show you some of the exterior work he's done. He's increased the size of the sensors along the side of the hull to match the new height. As you can see, very nicely done. He's put lips on all the windows so that they have that more refined look. They look a lot better with the lips on them as opposed to being just straight up flat. You can see the window now has dimension. This area actually looks very good. I mean, in the show, this lip isn't there, but for our purposes, it works really well. It fits in really nice with the overall landscape of the ship's exterior. As you can see, he reworked the thrusters. So now they're center beamed and center mast, which means basically, you know, they flow better with the ship, even though they're still slightly off. But that's the whole point. The RCS thruster is fine the way it is. Some people are like, oh my god, it doesn't match up because there's no orange strip down here. Doesn't matter. This is the way we want them. This is the way they're going to be, and they look good. So keep your complaints to yourselves. He hasn't done this part yet. I believe this will probably... He wanted to get the hull tweaked before he stepped into this mess. And now that he's got that tweaked, he's going to step into this mess. And as you can see, he did rework this section of the hull. And you see how it just flows. You don't even know. You can't even tell based on what it used to be as to what it is now, which is just dynamite, you know. It's just win-win. The torpedoes. Yes. Yes, the next big project. The Torpedo Bay. So, I'm pretty stoked. This is pretty cool. I've got this piston door working here. I'm going to have to turn on F1 here. That's a C&B piston design, by the way. It's the most reliable piston door system that I know of in Minecraft. It is. C&B was brilliant. Too bad he doesn't do current stuff. But we're back up here again. Got some new ideas for how to do this, but I love how I pulled this here off, because it does look like a nice little mass transporter. Go back to F1. Keep the chat to a minimum. I could just hide chat, but we had a problem with that the other day. One of the guys had chat hidden, and then he couldn't figure out we couldn't get it to disengage, and he ended up losing a bunch of his settings in tabby chat and stuff like that. This right here is communication array. It will subspace antenna. It will be integrated into a system below here. We have simple piston doors working this. Just the same system design that I use on all my builds for airlocks. That's an original one. That's just real basic redstone stuff. We'll get the systems added in through here as well. So we can button up deck 1A here. Or is this 1B? I guess this is deck, that'd be deck 1A, this is deck 1B, section 2, however they break up the ship. This is just a beautiful bridge. Look at that. I'm going to kill Gamma Bright. And, isn't that just beautiful? I mean, you feel like you're standing on the bridge of the Voyager when you sit here. Well, you know, a modified bridge. You know, a newer version, you know. But still very nice. And here's the captain's ready room. Very well done. Very well decked out. I haven't been in here since the renovation of this area. Very well done. Beautiful work in here, guys. I don't really know who mocked this up. Sad to say, but nice work. Very nicely done. Bathroom. She's got her private little. Oh, I love it. I love it. The private little airlock and lift and Jeffrey's tube thing there, and this was just a stroke of genius on M. Hiller's part. I'd actually considered knocking and putting another lift door right there into this back section. I'll have to talk to M. Maybe we can incorporate that. Maybe not. No big deal. Just one of those, you know, additional detail things. Add some more flavor to the build. Let's go check out the other side here. There's no coffee in that nebula. Every one of our ships has a unique dedication plaque. Some are better than others, but yeah, every one of our builds has a unique dedication plaque. Yep, this area's been tweaked a little bit as well, not too much though, but still, I love that grass block. Very nicely done. Or leaf block, excuse me. Go back into here, a little darker, but that's fine because, you know, I'll Gamma Bright on. Got a little bathroom. I'm a fan of the blue floor, but you know what? It works. It does well. Of course, you would assume there are doors here. We just don't have them in here for, you know, whatever reason. But there's a door here, and then there'd be a door here. So if you came in, you would like, this wouldn't be the primary one. You would automatically go to this one, and if this one's occupied, the person in here is going to have to wait till this person's done. You know, that kind of thing. Courtesy. We could put 2 doors here or whatever, but figure it out later. A little dark through here, but that's fine. When we get half blocks, we'll half block lighting. It's coming, folks. It's coming. It's actually part of. I think they're going to do a. For Minecraft itself, I recall reading a post or something about Jeb was talking about half blocks that you can modify and set light to or brightness on. So that'll be cool if they actually implement that for one of the 1.8 updates. But I was thinking about putting like a lift access here or in here, but we got the stairwell here, so probably won't be able to pull it off. I wouldn't even want to try actually at this point to pull that off, so be too complicated. We're back down here. Let's go down here and check out. The lounge is going to be revised, most likely. The Neelix Lounge would be a historical site on the ship. Most fans would want to come. They toured the Voyager. They're going to want to come see the Neelix Lounge. It may or may not be kept. If this is post-Voyager era, chances are pretty good this area will be updated back to or reverted back to a senior lounge, and this would of course be a small conference room instead of a kitchen. I'm all for keeping this. If M. Heller is up for that, that'd be great, because it's just one of those set pieces that people like. When they tour the Voyager, they're going to want to see this, you know. And if not, we can find a new home for it. We've got a lot of real estate, so we could probably set up a new crew quarters, crew lounge someplace. Maybe may not have windows, but you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's run down to Janeway's quarters real quick. Those are revised as well. Gotta be careful we fall through the hole. There are no ladders in there yet, so. Anyways, these are Janeway's quarters. Get down in here. This is her little office, reception area, base part of her quarters, and she's got her little bedroom in here, nicely done. Got a little bathroom back in here with a little blue shower system. Got the shower. Excuse me for a second. Apologize, had a tickle in my throat. But yeah. I think Mad Squirrel and I Panic mocked this up. There was a little gag going on with the bathroom that kind of threw him Heller for a loop, but that was taken out, and the proper bathroom was mocked up. So, but yeah, there is purple on the starship, folks. I got to admit, when I first saw it, I was like, guys, there's no purple in here. And they're like, oh, look at the pictures. And they sent me a couple of images that clearly showed purple. Well, lavender. So, and I got to say, it does grow on you. It as a historical piece, it does grow on you. But yeah, you know what? I like the trim. I really like how the trim works in these rooms. So, hopefully, we'll get more colors and with the new block integrations. When we upgrade to the latest version of 1.7.2, when all the Forge and MCPC stuff gets updated. But we're just waiting on those guys and how they get the integrated Forge systems to work. But actually, it's Heller's waiting on it, because he's the server owner. He's the guy that sets up the server. He's a server guru, you know. So let's go down one more deck here. See if we don't fall through. Oh, we're going to need Gamma Bright on this section here. This is an added deck that M. Heller and I designed. It's been reworked a little bit here and there, but this is a new deck. It's not in any of the deck plans except our own. And nice thing about it is we control how it's laid out and what its function. It gives us a lot more options for a lot more stuff. You know, and of course, you know, gives us more room for torpedoes. M. Heller loves torpedoes. We're going to have a torpedo intervention with him. Let's just say there's no space on the Defiant that is not torpedo free. Enough said. We need a torpedo intervention, M. As your friends, no more torpedoes. You're a torpedo banned. Please. Desist and desist from building torpedoes. Please. For the love of all. We have too many torpedoes. Anyways, it'll be a running gag for a long time. We've got our hazardous cargo bay, or materials bay, whatever we want to call these. We got 4 of them. Yeah, 2 of them. We got this one and that one over there, so that's 2 of them. Oh yeah, no, we got 4 of them. There's 1, 2, then over on the other side of the ship's 3 and 4. I love how this bay turned out. I gotta say, we nailed it out of the park on this one. Em's been through and added some more details and stuff, but I used to have more catwalks through here, and it just did not look right. It just did not feel right. And after I revamped it, I just took out catwalks, and it just came alive. It just popped. It's just like, hey, this is the way it is, and it looks so much better through here. And I gotta say, it has a good feel to it. Ooh, nice addition with the glass there. It just all came together. These were another idea of M. Heller's, these lifts, these cargo lifts, and they service pretty much all the decks. So pretty much all the decks can now get cargo serviced. We had our little cargo transporter, and we got a little space back here set aside for all the transporter guru mechanism and stuff. Lots of space in here. I'll hit again for a whole bunch more neat stuff. And if we had to, I'm sure we could probably find a home for a new bar and grill somewhere, you know, either on this deck or another deck. Got a room here. We have to build this system here, and of course it's multi-decked. Yeah, it's spread across 2 decks. So pretty stoked about getting this going too. I might recruit Mad Squirrel or DeBomb or somebody to do work on this, or even Heller might even have an idea what he wants to do with it. But it's going to be interesting how we pull this off, because it is a very tight fit through there. It'll have to be done with care and love and so on. And of course, you know, the power systems that go there to feed this will also have to feed these upper phaser strips, or more likely they'll feed the phaser strips in the aft, and the power system off the phaser strips will feed this in the lower sensor bay. I don't know how it's going to work out yet, but we should get it going pretty good. And I plan on having it, with all luck, you will be able to walk through here. It'll be really narrow fit, cramped, and it'll be like this kind of stuff, you know, but hopefully we'll get some room in here so people can walk around inside of this phaser strip. If not, you know, it'll be a very tight fit if it's done. But if not, you know, I'll have a video of what it looks like without the walls up before we put the walls up, so we'll know what it looks like through here. And this is, of course, a primary hull EPS distribution node compartment for the phaser strips. Not all not all sides are equal. We still have to figure out how to move power from the lowers to the upper, but I think all that's handled internally with the actual structure of the ship. The bulkheads of the ship handle a lot of the power. It's gel packs and stuff, so we still haven't figured out how to do that yet. In fact, I don't even think that's really been brought up yet as far as gel packs and stuff go, but you know, we can, when we get more blocks and we get more glass panes, I'm sure we can integrate a nice gel block system. Lounge and 2 bathrooms. Here's one of the ship lounges. Of course, it'd be awesome if we could have a lounge with windows, you know, but there's no way to, well, no, there's no way to integrate windows into the lounge here, which is a shame. Transporter emitter, and you know, it's again multi-level because it's spread across the side of the hull, so we had to compensate for that as well. And no, we've got more windows. Those have all been integrated into the ship. As you can see, the magenta under them has been removed. And back to escape pods, and I added a couple extra little details. This is a torpedo load. This is where the torpedoes come into the ship from below us, and they feed up to the torpedo loaders and stuff like that. I don't know if we're going to have the probe launcher system or the hammer system up here, but we will have dual boots, and if we can, we might even just have a centralized one rotary system in here, and it will feed both. It'll feed both boots if need be, or launchers. Added a little, you know, so you can get from that deck down here to get to these life pods from the upper deck if you needed to. Got our little Jeffries tube systems in. I'm not sure if I'm going to utilize this dead space or not. Really, there's not much we can do with it, and it'll be hidden behind a wall, so we'll never know it's there. And if it is hidden, that's fine. It'd just be part of the bulkhead, or we could integrate it for part of the systems. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out as we go. That kind of stuff we do figure out as we go. Again, these transporter rooms will probably be one of the next things that are mocked up. Transporter rooms, and again, you know, there's a way we can do it, and there's a way we can't. This is the best way we can implement this, but we can replace these carpets in here with half slabs like we have on the Enterprise A. So when you step in, you kind of step down at this point. This is lower than this, so you kind of step up into it. Gives you that impression that you're stepping up into the transporter. And this, of course, would be raised, and this section here would be lowered. So I'll mock one up, and we'll see how it looks, and if everybody likes it, we'll keep it. If not, I'll let somebody else. Well, there's 4 of them, so we can mock up 4 of them, and whichever one wins, wins. Mine will win because I have final say. Well, M has final say, but I have second to last say. Yeah, and here we're in the lower bay. This is actually part of the ship itself, this lower bay. The upper bay part is all us adding stuff to it and things like that. Let's go ahead and use our little friend. He actually, let's do the Jeffries tube thing. Those things you can fall down too fast. And you want to. This is pretty cool how M did this. I actually just integrated this system onto the Defiant as well. A stack rack system. That's actually in the Defiant now too. So you can blame him for that. And this section through here will be emergency batteries. There's a couple of signs because I moved stuff around a little bit. And I don't know why these are here. Artifacts. I hate artifacts. But yeah, artifacts from when we did some work on it. But yeah. Pretty nifty indeed. As you can see, this section here has its own cargo feed, cargo access, and these are like labs. Let's see what they actually, yeah, it is a lab, marked as labs. These are really nice labs, by the way. I love how we get these set up here. This is specialized storage, of course. Doing a little bit of a walk and tour talk kind of a thing. Of course, right here will be main medical. This will probably be mocked up by somebody other than I, because this is one of those areas that just really is going to need some real good attention. I can mock up the medical complex. I've done it on the Enterprise A, I've done it on the TOS, the B, the 2Cs, and I even, thankfully, the current medical complex in the Enterprise D is also, the main deck D is also something I mocked up as well. I didn't actually do the sick bay portion, which is in the secondary hull, but I did do the upper primary hull, whole complex. And that was a chore. The D is a very large ship. Very large. I learned a lot from doing it. But yeah, this will be one of those areas that, of course, is a set piece. That means people that come on will want to come in and see this, and so it has to be extra attention has to be given to it. Set pieces are areas of the ship that people recognize from the show. Hangar bay, the bridge, engineering, Neelix's lounge, the Delta Flyer, Neelix's shuttle, crew quarters, sick bay, of course, 709's cargo bay, which actually is going to be relocated to a different section of the ship than it was from the show, because in the show it's in the hangar, or the main cargo bay on the port side. Excuse me, main cargo bay on the starboard side, but as we get down there I'll show you that can't be done, unfortunately, so it'll be moved to the secondary hall. iPanic actually found the video where they expel the Borg from the cargo bay, and they go out the starboard side cargo airlock. So her actual bay, or the bay that they had at the time for that setup, was in cargo bay 2, which is now anti-gravity systems or something. Sweet. So, can't have it all. This is one of those open area lounges. Open area viewing lounge kind of an area. This, of course, was probably a crew quarters or two-box quarters, somebody else's quarters, but when we integrated the hull and did the deck plans, we couldn't pull it off, so I went ahead and just converted this to one of those, open area lounges, which makes more sense in practice and practicality than anything else. So, and it looks good. It's a good place to have one on both sides of the ship, and which leaves us open for these to be quarters. Of course, that's the upper part of the hollow suite there. Let's go ahead and buzz through here real quick. One with white on light, gray, which I think is a nice color scheme. Looks good. This, of course, is a new integrated system, gangway system that M had me install. Trick for this was finding out where to place it, so that it wouldn't interfere with too many of the ship's stuff. I think we got a good balance, good locations for all the stairwells to go, and I'm glad that he talked me into placing them in, because it does help the ship quite a bit, and they're needed, and they're a lot of fun to navigate too. Again, this is a feeder system for the torpedo launcher above us. These will all be ship systems. I'm sure they're already labeled, so I don't have to worry about them. Yep, emergency life support and stuff like that. Again, we've got a couple more areas that for us to play with, and this is, I believe, multi-crew quarters, more than one crew quarter, so shared crew quarters. This deck was a lot of fun to redesign and work on. It wasn't so much as a redesign as it was a fit and finish sort of a thing, where everything was placed, and then I went back through and fitted it and tweaked it and did all the stuff to make it look, at least look as good as we could make it look for Minecraft. Because you know what they say about Minecraft, round holes, square blocks. These are shuttle or tube kickbacks, so as one's coming down, one moves to the side, or one's going this way, and they can move away out of the way. So it's an intersection. Don't know why that was there. Yeah, here's the hollow suite. This is a Mad and Panic hollow suite. Let's go and kill Gamma Bright. They set this up. Look at that. When you step in, you get this sense of spaciousness, which I love how they pulled this off. I absolutely love how they pulled this off. Very well done. Very well done. It does, when you step in here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it feels like you're being pulled in. The depth of field and everything is very impressive. Very cool. Let's go back to Gamma Bright here so we can see what we're doing. I believe this is also the main deck for security as well. If it is, we'll go check out the Briggs. Those are, again, were mocked up by Mad and Panic. And I believe the bomb was involved in that to some degree as well. Let's go check out the Briggs. Yeah, the Briggs system. Check this out. The Briggs. And you got a little bench here. Yep, we can sit and relax while you sit in there and think about all the bad things you did. And look how they mocked it up. You got a little like little force field things, stuff like that. And a little bed that swings out, probably a little toilet under there or whatever. However they integrate that stuff. But yeah, the Briggs. Secondary security area doors, whatever. Me no read well. But yeah, check it out. Pretty nice, huh? Like these door designs. By the way, those are really nicely done. Again, brig 1. I added an extra brig to the ship, so when you go into according to the deck plans, these brigs don't exist. They're just a wall there, and then this one exists. But why waste space? We could have 6 brigs instead of 3. Just one of those things. And of course, this is one of those rooms that hasn't been mocked up yet. These are lockers. Mad went ahead. I believe, pretty sure it was Mad and DeBomb, maybe Mad, I Panic and DeBomb that did this. But yeah, this is the. Excuse me there for a second. My antivirus kicked up. This is of course from Elite Forces. So is this. Most of the stuff in the security section is Elite Force innovations for Elite Force. The reason why it's a double hallway in case security needs the space. Here's a little security holosuite again. This is an Elite Force edition. It's never in the show, but it is in the game Elite Force. So of course it's in the deck plans. And then I think that's pretty much it for this deck as far as innovation goes, or renovation and stuff like that goes. But yeah, got some crew quarters. Oh, I did convert this one area here back to a crew quarters because we had the room for it, so I went ahead and did that on both sides of the ship. There's a little step down, and then you come through here and you step back up again. You got some little viewing port windows here that come around. I extended this out a little bit so that we could take full advantage of this area. If we're going to put a Neelix bar and grill in, it would probably be in this section here, because this is one of those sections that we gain with one of the extra decks. We gain space above us, so we can move systems that normally would be in one place to the extra space that we gained above us, or to the sides, or minimize them, whatever. Just one of those things. You've got a lot of space through here and everything else, so I mean, look at it, a lot of space. Looks good though. The nice thing is we can put some pretty large stuff in here, tanks and things like that go in here. So yeah, what's this right here? Battery and machinery compartment. So that's wrong color of the floor here, but that's okay. We can change that later. That'd probably be black or light gray, or even the brown up there. But yeah, another stairwell system there, or gangway system. I believe this is a phaser. Yeah, that's a phaser. So this will all be phaser systems here and here, upper and lower phasers. So that'll work out really well because they're close to RCS thrusters. Inside of an RCS thruster and all that stuff will integrate. Of course, down through here is the cargo deck and everything else. Not much to see up there. That's just pretty much wrap around crew quarters. Some battery stuff up there, but anyways, in the show, this here is the area that they converted to be used for 7 of 9s, or for the Borg, Cargo Bay, and Scorpion. And I Panic made a real good point that, and he actually showed me images from the show itself, where this is the port that the Borg were blown out of, and it's you're kind of at an angle like that, and you see the Borg get shot out here. They just throw up a force field at the end of here. Probably at this intersection right here, they throw a force field up and then blow the hatch, and they all go right out the airlock. Of course, this is post Voyager era, so 7 and 9's actual. If it was originally here, it was moved to the one down by engineering, so that's where that one's going to be located at. So for Scorpion, it was here. Then they moved it to downstairs. That's our lie, our view on it, and our way of explaining it that we're going to stick to. Continuity issues are always going to be an issue with anything you do when you convert something from a television show to an actual physical form. Go ahead and kill Gamma Bright again so we get the feel here. A lot of the ambience. Oh, we have controls have been added, which is very nice. Overhead lighting, pumpkin lighting's been added as well. Still a lot of work to be done in here. Catwalks and things like that have to be placed, and first we have to decide what kind of catwalks we want. I think we're going to go with the style that's used in the Defiant, because they're actually pretty badass. The same ones that I believe Bomb put down for us in the torpedo bay. Of course, there's the lift again. But check that out. Doesn't that look very cool? I mean, the overhead design matches in really nice. Of course, this deck's been raised 1, so it has a much more balanced feel to it than it had before. And it's just you know this is a cargo deck area, and I'm a big fan. I believe that big fan of the idea that Voyager is not an exploration ship per se. It's more or less a tough little warship because it has so many redundant systems and so much room. You could fill these bays with troops, supplies, equipment, ground equipment. The ship can land, so obviously, it has ability for ground assaults. So ground troops, Marines, whatever Starfleet uses for Marines and stuff like that, or Army eyes. Um, the ship has a lot of redundant transporter emitters, lots of extra hatches, so they can do spaceborne, EVAs, things like that. I mean, it's the ship. Everything about it just says warship, and of course it has a lot of labs, so warship slash science ship. You know what they say? Plan for peace, but prepare for war. The ship is pretty much sums that up. I forget the Latin terminology for that, but I know parabellum could be used. So the ship is definitely a parabellum. It's parabellum. You have to look that up to explain. It's Greek, Latin, and I'll let you guys look that up. But yeah. Anyways, I do appreciate you taking the time to watch this little tour update on the upper part of the Voyager. The rest of the ship is pretty much as is. We haven't done much more on it. Like I said, Em has been working on the hull tweaks, and as those are pretty much, I believe, about 75% completed, except for the secondary hull. We should start building out again here real soon. I'll go ahead and turn on camera bright so we can see what we're looking at here. We're going to go ahead and start working on the interior again. A lot more has been done on the server. Major progress has been made on the Defiant, on the Constellation, and on the Milner. Our next project, I think, is going to be the Ajax to help Em on the Ajax, or help Matt on the Ajax, and then probably back to the Constellation, back to the Defiant. Kind of working as we get time, and time is the main thing. So, with that, I do appreciate you watching. I'm surprised I lose my train of thought there as I'm looking at things. I apologize again for that. Little tangents I get lost on. This is, again, the Mindtrack.net game server, and look at all those torpedoes in there, Em. My God. And I do appreciate you watching. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.